Hi guys! This week we are starting the Renaissance in Social Studies class. So make sure that your copy is either S2 for Social Studies Block 2 or S1 for Social Studies Block 1. So I'm going to go over the task list. I put like sort of a to-do list on your first slide. So the first assignment you're going to do is a cover page. It's on slide 2. The second is a mapping activity, slide 5 through 8. The third is a reading, it's slide 9 through 11. The fourth is Italian Renaissance videos, slide 12. So the first thing you're going to do is a cover page. This is the slide where you're going to put all of the things for your cover page. Normally in class we would like have drawings and you would write terms and things on this page and you would put it at the very beginning of your note, like next on your notebook, so that all of the things in that section would be behind the cover page. It's kind of your brain dump for the topic because you're learning all of these are going to be new things. So on your cover page, you're going to add these things to slide 2. You need names of 3 people during the Renaissance and Reformation, 5 words or phrases you could use to describe the Renaissance and Reformation, and at least 3 pictures. You can find the pictures online if you Google Renaissance art, or if you are watching the videos and you hear someone's name and you're like, I want to Google the Medici family. Then you're going to put their picture, you can put their picture there. So use Google for the pictures, and then you're going to use these next 2 videos on this slide for the 3, 3 people and 5 words or phrases. So first you'll watch this video and then use this video. I would watch it first on the slide and then have it playing in the background while you're typing on your cover sheet. And so on your cover sheet, I'll show you how to add something. You go to Insert, Text Box, and then you create a text box and then type whatever you want to insert. If you want to insert an image, insert image. You can upload from your computer or search the web. You can type in Renaissance and choose 3 of these pictures. All right. So that is your first task of the week. We're going to finish that one on Tuesday. The next task that we're going to finish on Wednesday is a mapping challenge. So to understand where all of this is taking place, we'll be mapping key places in Europe during this time period. And the Renaissance occurred around 1300 to 1600 AD. Label the map on the next slide, and in order to label the map, I'll show you, you move the text boxes with your mouse to the correct spot on the map. So here we are. Here's our map. This is around 1500. I'm going to move my face up here. This is around 1500. So we've got a map of Europe. I think you have to be out of present mode to manipulate the map. So you choose a text box and move it to the correct country. So for England, I'm going to put it right there. All of the blue ones are bodies of water. So you move them to the correct spot on the map. And if you're like, I don't know where any of these places are, that's okay. We have a model map. It's on slide 8. So you can look at this and then flip back and forth. So I would start, if I'm looking for France, where is France? And I look at this map. Oh, it's this weird country right here. So let's label France. All right. And so once you get the bodies of water and the countries, where are they supposed to go? Then we are going to label major cities during the Renaissance. And you've probably heard of these cities before. So Venice, Italy, Florence, Italy, Rome, Italy. Italy was a big deal, by the way. Paris, France, London, England, Madrid, Spain. So for the cities, you're going to put the black dots on the cities. So the first one I'm going to look for is Venice. I'm going to go down to my map, look for Venice. It is right here, I believe. So I'm going to go grab a black dot and move it to where Venice is. All right. And the star is going to be an especially important city. So after you finish the Italian videos and you've read these, you're going to learn about the Medici family. They're a very big, important family of merchants during this time. And the yellow star is going to be the city where the largest merchant family lives. So that's the Medici family. I'll give you a hint. It's in Italy. And see if you guys can find it. All right. Task 3 is a reading. So you're going to have a text. It's going to be a separate assignment. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Renaissance reading. Why isn't it showing up? Uh-oh. All right, so the Renaissance reading is going to be in a separate assignment. Like, I'm going to post the slides presentation and the reading side by side because I want you to be able to highlight the reading, and I can't do that if I only allow you guys to be a viewer. So your student copy is going to look like this. The title is The Renaissance Begins in Italy. There's another reading at the end, so I kind of mashed these two readings together. And your job is to read them. We're going to do this together as a class as well, but read them out loud and highlight facts about life during medieval times in blue and highlight facts about life during the Renaissance in green. So once you're finished, you should have some things highlighted. So for example, it says setting the stage during the late Middle Ages, Europe suffered from both war and plague. So if that's talking about medieval times, the Middle Ages, also called the Dark Ages, I'm going to highlight this sentence in blue. That makes sense. All right, back to our assignment. So you're highlighting the reading. It's about 2 pages long, I think. It might be a little bit longer than that. Highlight what life was like during the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Use 2 different colors, blue and green. And then you're going to take facts from the reading and put them in the correct place on your timeline on the next slide. And then this is numbered incorrectly. Okay, so the next slide, we've got a fancy timeline. It says the Renaissance begins after a time period known as the Dark Ages or Middle Ages or Medieval Ages. As we read, you will write down characteristics of the Dark Ages on the left side and characteristics of the Renaissance on the right side. Use bullet points. So I put you some bullet points here. You can have more or less. I at least want you to have 5 on each side, but I feel like there's going to be a lot more information about the Renaissance. So, for example, we just read in our reading that during the late Middle Ages, Europe suffered from both war and plague. So on my timeline, I would type over here, Europe suffered from both war and plague. Or how to spell plague. Now this can be in your own words. If there's something else that you want to add that's not in the reading, you can put that on here as well. It doesn't have to be full sentences. It's just really a way for you to organize your notes and kind of compare both Middle Ages and the Renaissance. And so the way the timeline works, the Middle Ages started around 500 AD, and then the Renaissance begins in this middle 1300 AD, and then it ends about 1600 AD, and then we're going to move into our next time period. All right, so once you've got your facts organized from your reading, the next slide, you're going to create a short race response. This one it's going to be 4 sentences long, to the question, why did Europe need a rebirth? So you would start with Europe needed a rebirth because, and if you're after the reading, you're still unsure, there's a couple videos towards the end that you can watch as well. Because, and then answer all parts. Remember, R stands for restate the question. A stands for answer all parts. You're going to explain more in depth about why Europe needed a rebirth. The C is cite textual evidence. So you say, according to the text, something. or other, whatever you find from the text, and then explain in your own words. So that's going to be a short response. And then you've got 3 reasons why the Renaissance started in Italy. So while I was doing this, I always do the assignments before I send them to you to make sure that you can complete them in the time period that I gave you. So for this one, I used these videos the most. And you can put these in your own words. You can shorten them down. It can be a couple word sentences. That's fine. I'm going to leave that there to help you guys. And then the last task that you have, I gave you video transcripts of these. That's the written words in the videos to see if that would help you. You're going to watch these 2 videos and then put a short who, what, when, where, why. So what obviously would be the Renaissance. You can put the year if you want. Who are these 2 videos talking about? They're focusing on specifically the Italian Renaissance. Where did it occur? When did it occur and why? So these videos, you're going to learn about the Renaissance as a whole in the reading. And these videos are kind of talking about where it started and why. So, started in Italy, and there's someone in the video or a family in the video that that kind of are the reason that it sparked in Italy, and a couple other reasons. So, just give me a short who, what, when, where, why for the Italian Renaissance. And then the Renaissance spread throughout Europe like wildfire, and then eventually came to the Americas whenever we came around, because that's what our society was based off of. All right. Happy learning, I guess. If you guys have any questions, I'll be on Zoom. I hope this is helpful to have your week's assignment in one spot. If it's not, please let me know. All right. Bye, guys.